Hey everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome back to another Dark Avenger Comic Book review. This week we've got lots of books. We've got DC, we got Marvel,
and we got Coca-Cola.
We got Coca-Cola for the holiday season.
Yep.
They're officially out now. Mike's going to go buy the next six-pack for next week's review.
What?
Hello. And yeah, so we got lots of books to cover this week, so let's waste no time. The books we are talking about in this review were released on
November 5th, 2014, the first week of
November. We should
remember the 5th of November.
Yeah, that's when I bought my comics.
Yeah, if you forget
I can't forget that.
How could you not forget that?
Anyway, apparently we might as well be in December though. There's Christmas decorations everywhere.
Might as well.
Freaking Santa on a Coca-Cola.
Well, they do bring out the holidays there. But anyway, we're going off topic. Let's get into comic books. Starting with DC.
Alright, guys. And we're starting with a Lego variant. Marvel should take note. DC charged the exact same price for this Lego variant. Action Comics! Issue number 36. So in the last issue, we saw Lana being attacked by her zombie parents. Everybody relax. Apparently that was just a nightmare.
Okay.
A recurring nightmare. And I'm going to show some artwork, of course. Other than, I like how also the, you get the nice, the variants also get the nice cover as well.
Yeah.
Also, we do get Superman still with the beard. Let me show that off. I want to get a good page with the beard. You took a good picture. I think it was further along.
Yeah, keep going. I remember. I think it was.
I want to get a good page of that beard. I think this is the best page I'm going to find.
It was somewhere along that line. But yeah, you can show me.
I like the beard as long as it's a temporary fix and not a permanent fix. But anyway,
it's good kind of in a beard.
Lana's nightmares apparently were some type of a prophecy, or she was actually seeing what was going to happen because this weird mist strolls over Smallville. Superman thinks, Steel and Lana are there taking care of things, so he doesn't need to be there. So he's in Metropolis until he notices the weird mist, and he tries to get into Smallville and can't. So who does he contact? Hero, a.k.a. Toyman, or Toymaster, or whatever the hell he's calling himself nowadays.
That's kind of something else.
It is, but he helps Superman get into I keep saying Metropolis. He gets into Smallville, but now here's the problem. Superman can't get out of Smallville. He's kind of trapped. And we find out at the very end of the issue who's behind all of this. And they're not too keen on when Superman finds out it's really them behind all this.
So it's more than one person if it's them.
It's them. Really good book. I enjoyed it. A lot better than what we've been getting. Also, let's not forget Lana's attitude towards Superman right now because of her parents' death. Anyway, speaking of Superman, let's get into the book sorry, that we should have been concluding last year. And as a matter of fact, this time last year I was doing issue 4. It's a year later, and here we are at issue 9, the grand finale of Superman Unchained.
Okay.
Yeah, something in my throat.
I'm drinking Coca-Cola. That would help.
The acid will burn it all away.
Okay, we're good.
It did! Wow! It's always Coca-Cola.
Ding.
And anyway, I love this issue because I love how Scott Snyder broke down Superman in this book. And it's not exactly Superman breaking himself down. It's Lex Luthor breaking Superman down. So we all know from the last issue that Lex gives him this UV shot that basically will turn him into an atomic bomb. Mm-hmm. Or it'll be like 3 atomic bombs together. And Superman's supposed to fly off to where the fleet of these invading aliens are and stop them before they make it to Earth. And because there are so many, he has to blow himself up. Go figure. But that's not the important thing in this book. The important thing, by the way, this is a spread cover.
Know that.
The important thing I think we see in this book, and I love Jim Lee's artwork, so you have 6 of one, half a dozen of another, because yeah, Jim Lee's artwork takes time. There is a flashback to when Clark was young. I would highly recommend you guys read that too. Really good artwork there, and a really good message there. So Lex Luthor breaks Superman down in this book more than anything. His dialogue is what really covers a lot of the beginning of the book, and he's saying how everybody looks up to Superman, that he's the light in the darkness, that he's going to be the leader. He's going to lead us into a new era. And the truth is, no, he's not a light. He's not a beacon. If he's a candle, he's a light. He even says right here, he's just a stump. He's just stump. I can talk. He's just a man stumbling through life. He's not a great beacon. He's barely a candle, lighting a path for himself the best he can. And as we all know, eventually candles go out. That was Lex saying basically that Superman was going to end up having to kill himself anyway. So basically he's saying Superman's not this great leader. He's not going to save us. He's not going to lead us into a bright tomorrow. He's just an average person stumbling through life, just like me, you, and everybody else. And you know what? People are following him because they believe with his powers he can do that. And even with his powers, he's just a man. And what's worse, he's an alien. So in the end, we kind of have a predictable ending. I mean, when we were introduced to Wrath, I knew in the end he was either going to die or go away. Spoiler alert here. Wrath ends up taking the UV shot from Superman and using it on himself and saving the day. And that's it. Somehow Superman makes it back to Earth, and the ending was very like, okay, life as usual. You know, Lois is hoping Clark one day will come back to the Daily Planet. And, you know, it's just, once again, it's like things just went right back to the way they were. Everybody basically forgot everything that went on, or it happened, but they're not really, you know, acknowledging it anymore. The past is the past, so to speak. All in all, though, this was an excellent book. I definitely recommend Superman Unchained. The series was a 4.5 out of, 5 stars. The half star is just for the delays, honestly. Beautiful artwork, amazing writing. Is this the best Superman story ever written? No. Is this a story that's going to be put in the Chronicles of Superman? Absolutely. But it's not something that's super huge. If you missed it, I would definitely say trade paperback. And I spent a lot of time on this book, so let's go to you, Mike.
Green Arrow, issue number 36. So in this comic book, we learn more about the character that we saw from the last issue. And basically it goes to the story talking about Mia and how, you know, she got, like how she was a big troublemaker and how someone saved her and everything. I like this page, by the way. And I like that Green Arrow now wears these, like glasses, like these green shades. And technically, you know, I think she's a different name. Like this person that...
Didn't Kat and Jay say they know who she was?
Yeah, like I'm trying to get what her name is. Like she knows that he's Oliver Queen and everything else about him. So that's basically it for that. So I know he says her name. Velocity. That's her name.
Felicity?
Well, Felicity. Thank you. So Felicity's like saying, you know, she wants to help him save the city because he can't do it alone and everything. But the girl that they're looking for is Mia, and she's the key, the chosen one.
You sure you got that name right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I got the name right. So, I'm gonna whack you. So, damn it, Chris. John Diggle meets with Velocity, and they're a big, huge team with each other. Excuse me. Excuse me. That was mine.
What was yours?
Brothers, I tell you. Anyway, they go around. You know, I'm gonna remember when you review these things. So
I don't review Green Arrow.
Well, when you review a book, ooh, I like this.
That's a nice splash page. Yes,
this is a nice splash page.
All kidding aside, though, getting serious. This book looks really, the artwork, it really speaks to me a lot. I'm really enjoying the. Who's the artist now?
Let's go to the index.
Yes.
I believe it is not here.
No, maybe it's at the end of the book. Keep going. We'll get to
the
end.
Anyway,
maybe it'll be
so it's up to the three of them to basically get Mia, you know, because like I explained before that she was the key to everything and yada yada yada. So there's a
there we go.
Who actually comes in the end of this book. By the way, the inker is by
Artist, penciler,
Daniel Sambury.
Thank you.
Yeah. But there's a very interesting person that actually comes at the end of the issue.
Black Arrow? Was it really Black Arrow?
I don't know. I didn't want you to spoil it if it was now, because now you made me think.
I don't know. Looks like Black Arrow.
I think so. Let me show the page anyway, because now you have to spoil it.
if I swear to God, if that's the name of the character in the next issue, I'm gonna die.
I thought the name was Black Arrow. I didn't want to say anything. That's why I said I wanted to keep it a secret.
I was making a joke.
You are a secret giveawayer, and
I wanted to make a joke. Continuing the Lego variants. I wish they would have made a Lego variant for Green Arrow.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Why they picked and chose ones this month.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Oh, Green Arrow. Now you say I'm the blah.
Green Lantern. Number 36. Damn, we should have put two greens together.
No, we shouldn't. Alright, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. I have to say though, as much as I'm really not enjoying God Hand, this issue was really good for many, many other reasons. First of all, the new gods are only in the beginning, and it's an Orion, or Orion, however we want to say his name, and Highfather. That's it. Then you've got Hal Jordan and the remaining Green Lanterns showing up on Korugar? The new Korugar, I think it's called? New Korugar, yeah, I was right. For Refuge, with Sinestro. And Sinestro shows up, and then the Guardians show up. And here's the biggest, this is the big point in this book, the most important part. The Guardians come clean and tell Hal and Sinestro that Kyle Rayner's alive.
Mm-hmm.
And Hal's like, what? And then they explain the story. You know, Kyle went into the Source Wall, he came back, and now he has the life equation in him, so he's very dangerous, so we hid him away somewhere and let all of you believe he was dead. So now Hal Jordan wants to save Kyle, because Kyle is now on New Genesis. So he makes a hint towards an idea, and the Guardians are like, no way. So I love how the Guardians just come back after giving Hal Jordan, literally giving Hal Jordan the Green Lanterns, and telling Hal now, no, you can't do that, come up with another plan. And I love Sinestro in this book, because Sinestro even calls Hal Jordan out on the stupid shit he's doing, and saying, listen dude, you were never one to take rules, you were never one to follow orders and do things that you were told.
That's a
you
shock,
always
guys.
were crazy, and you always did random things, and that's how you, and you know what really infuriated me was the fact that you were so unfreaking predictable, I could never beat you. Now you're following orders only? What? And he's like, I need you, we need you right now to be that old you. We don't need the new you, because the new you I could take out like that. We need the old you back to get us through this time right now. And I love how at the very end, because he gives him this long speech about how they were friends and how he admired him, and how Hal kind of smirks and says, so you're saying you admire me? So we're getting the feeling that Hal's finally understanding that he's following orders way too much, and by the end of the issue, he actually does what's in his gut like he used to, instead of what the Guardians told him, and that leads him to a specific person. And he actually makes note, and this is how he knew he was going to this person. He said, you know, the new Guardian gods took all of the rings except one. And if you were paying attention in the Sinestro review, when I showed the splash page, they showed the lantern whose ring they did not take. Also, Saint Walker finding out that Kyle Rayner's back. This is going to be the part where Saint Walker gets his ring back, I think, too. So, in the end, was this story arc worth it? Honestly, I think for the New Gods part, no. But I think that the progression in the Green Lantern books is going to be... This story is important for the Green Lantern books, because number one, they found out Kyle's still alive. Number two, Saint Walker might be becoming a Blue Lantern again. He might be retaking, the responsibilities of a Blue Lantern. Sinestro is solidifying his core. Guy Gardner is doing whatever he's doing in the Red Lantern book. And I love it because it's strengthening the Green Lantern books again. It's breaking away from what what Rob Venditti started in his first arc, where Kyle was dead but not really dead. So I like how everything's kind of coming together now again. We have this annoying little fly that I'm going to get, just like I got that other fly on my other review. Better run away, fly.
Fly swapper.
Now, I kind of saw this coming. Earth 2 issue 28. Now, with a weekly series, plus a monthly series, I'm sure anyone who's been reading World's End will understand that this was going to kind of happen. With a weekly series coming out, the monthly series is definitely going to fall into a background story of the weekly series instead of its own book. Because we're getting Earth 2 every week now. We're getting the main characters every single week. And I hope people who are enjoying Earth 2 are reading World's End because it's going really, really good. But then what happens to the main book? Well, the cover says it all. This is the origin of the four Furies of Apocalypse. That's exactly what this is. It's an origin book. It shows you how Darkseid shows each of his four Furies. They showed, which one was it? They showed Pestilence first. Then they showed, I believe it was, I forgot what it was called, what this one was called. Famine. The woman who was always angry. Then they showed Fury. Fury's was the best one, though. I really found it very interesting how her development, her character development, went all the way through until the end of her story, where she ends up, spoiler alert, killing her sister to show Darkseid that she has no love for anything. All that she has inside of her is fury and love for only Darkseid. And then the last one, of course, was, oh god, what was it? Death. And I think that was the shortest story of them all. And it was interesting, but again, origin book, so really not much. But it's a $2.99 book. It's written by Tom Taylor. Definitely something to look into, but that's all it is. A telling of the four Furies. That's it. Which then leads us into the weekly series, because there's only 3 weekly series left for DC. Future's End issue 27. The scene with Lois and Tim, aka Cal, I feel like I've read it before, and we did read it before in previous issues, where she confronts Tim. She shows Tim the stuff she found, and Tim says, those are coordinates, and she's like, are you going to go there? Tim's like, hell no, I don't do that anymore. Well, guess what? You get a repeat in this book, because now Tim's in Lois's apartment, and they go through the same thing. The thing shows visions of a prison. The Red Arrow is for me because it's Red Arrow telling me that he's the one that's sending the message, and he's the only one that knows I'm alive. The matchbook was basically my address. So, and it ended the same way with Lois having to go back. Except this time the outcome was a bit different. We'll get to that. You got Slade, who wants to get to the vault with all the DNAs from all 52 whatever superheroes to protect it and then prevent or destroy it if that has to happen. Brother Eye sets his eye on Mr. Miracle. You got Green Arrow and his group getting ready to attack Cadmus Island. You have Plastique and McGinnis. Terry McGinnis setting up to go to Tim Drake's apartment to get ready to ask him for help. And then things don't go right there. If you want to know what happens there, look at the cover for the next issue, because we're going to be talking about this in the next issue. And then Lois Lane takes a leap of faith. Instead of just flying over the coordinates this time, she does exactly what the cover says. She parachutes down into the unknown. That's the issue. That's the whole issue. I am looking forward to the next issue because of what happened in Tim Drake's apartment, but this issue was a very straightforward issue. Batman Eternal 31 I liked for certain aspects. You have Alfred teaming up with Bane. Bane saves Alfred from being covered in rubble, the rubble from Arkham Asylum. You got Batman fighting Joker's daughter, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, all these Arkham inmates that are now free because Arkham Asylum is just a big crater in the ground, which I would like to show that page though, which is here. Arkham Asylum is just one gigantic crater now. And of course this is all leading into Arkham Manor, which I'm not reading, but anyway, artwork's really nice in this book.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
So, Bane and Alfred team up. There is a spoiler moment. Read the book to find out about spoiler. She does come face to face with Hush, I will say that. And things don't look good there. So it's Bane and Alfred, and you know, Bane gains a respect for Alfred. In the beginning, he's like, dude, you follow me and watch my back, that's it. By the end of the issue, he kind of shows Alfred respect, because Alfred shows he could take care of himself, and, you know, you see them fighting side by side, and Bane's like, okay, so you think you know the way out, and it ends up, spoiler alert here, he takes Bane to this wall, and Bane's like, there's nothing here but a wall, and he uses knockout gas. Knockout gas comes out of the wall and knocks Bane out, and we find out that, spoiler again, but not really because I've seen a lot of reviews on this, Batman has a secret base, a small secret cove, so to speak.
Wow.
Inside or underneath Arkham Asylum, just in case he ever had to be there, and he goes online like, Batman, Penny 2, this is Penny 1, I'm online and ready to go. So basically the whole Alfred in the straitjacket, Alfred being, you know, in Arkham Asylum in 3 issues, that ended. So now he's back on the comms with Batman, and things look like they're going to be getting back to normal. I just hope Batman is able to save Alfred. And Alfred also gets in touch with Batwing. I think Batwing reaches out in this issue somewhere, so say Batwing also. So, really, definitely picked up, in my opinion. I like this issue a lot better than Future's End, which felt like it was just continuing along. World's End issue 5. Huntress gets taken by Desaad. You have Green Lantern.
You got it right this time.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fighting Solomon Grundy, and then finding out through the what was it? I love how the what do you call it? The Green, one of the gods of the Green is actually called Jade Jade Warrior, to kind of pay homage to Jade, Alan Scott's daughter. At least I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, turns out all the avatars of all the colors, red, blue, white, gray, and green, are going to have to align themselves together and make an alliance, basically, to fight against Apocalypse, or else Earth is doomed. So the fight with Grundy ends with them having to team up. That's a twist. You have a few scenes with Aquawoman in Atlantis. A lot of dialogue in this book. And then, of course, you have Famine in London being faced by Flash, Hawkwoman, Hawkgirl, and Dr. Fate. Something happens with Jimmy, and I'm going to leave that cliffhanger for you guys to read. It was really good. You should be reading this weekly. But let's just say Famine basically gets what's coming to her, so I don't think they're going to be 4 Furies of Apocalypse anymore. And Mr. Terrific shows his new inventions, which are, what was it? Boom Spears. Go figure that one. And the ending with Superman, Power Girl, Lois, aka Red Tornado, and Batman, whom are chasing after Huntress. There's a humongous last page. I don't want to show, but I feel like it was done. So I'm like, okay, they tried, you know, Tom Taylor did this in Earth 2 already. Hopefully this time it won't be the same outcome, or it won't be kind of like a, what you call it, like, it is, but it isn't. Either it is this time, or please, in the next issue, just admit that it isn't, and let's move forward from there. Okay, let's not drag it out all 20-somewhat issues, or whatever many issues are left. But this was really good. Definitely still held strong. I love how everything's gearing up for this gigantic moment where Apocalypse is going to hit Earth 2, and then everything is going to converge together on Convergence, which will be in April and May as DC Comics moves out of New York, so I can't get them, and moves to California. So I'm looking forward to Convergence. World's End is a really good weekly series. Still my top 3, my number 1 out of 3, and this week Batman got second. We're now on Marvel, and I've got to say, this is my last issue, Rocket Raccoon issue number 5.
Do you have to even explain what that issue is?
You will be able to read this issue in 2 minutes.
But
Chris, how? I gave it to Michael, and I timed him. He got through it in 2 minutes. Why? Well, Rocket and Groot, for some reason, are taking care of these little camper kids for some apparent reason around a campfire.
Fun, right? Yeah.
So the kids want to hear the story about the map. And Rocket's like, fine, but Groot's the one that's going to tell it since he wants to hear the story. So the rest of the book, all the dialogue and places are called I Am Groot. That's the whole book.
And how do you understand the story?
I'm not joking. Every word bubble is I Am Groot.
What were they thinking?
Now, look, I understand this is supposed to be a book for Rocket Raccoon fans. I really do. And, you know, I understand this book doesn't have to take itself seriously. That, you know, it's supposed to be like, look, this is for relaxed reading, not for serious reading. But, I mean, I'm sure somebody will find something really good and say this issue is the best issue there is. And that's great. I love Scotty Young's artwork. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's really good. But there's no dialogue. All the dialogue is I Am Groot. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it's cute and it's a comic book. I know everything that happened in this book. From the pictures. I mean, that's what comic books are for. You know, you look at the pictures and it's like, okay, I don't have to read the book. Dan was actually talking about this on the live show this past Friday. That comic books, you know, you could skim through it and get a general idea without reading the dialogue. The dialogue is supposed to add to it. But I understand, but this book definitely, if it's not going to take itself seriously, a little bit. I mean, it's a $3.99 book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could understand if Marvel's charging $2.99, there's no bonus digital edition or anything like that, then fine. But $2.99, this is a definite worthwhile story. But for $4, minus a penny, no, it's not. And I'm sad to say that I was very disappointed that I got through this book so fast. I mean, I loved Rocket Raccoon's first story arc, and I understand, you know, again, this is a book that, you know, it's if you like Rocket and you like Scotty Young's artwork and his style, you're going to read it. If you don't, you won't. There are too many books coming out very soon, in the coming year and beyond. I think for now, at least until something happens, or maybe, who knows, I think that this is going to be my last Rocket Raccoon book, because for $3.99, I mean, it was an okay issue, but for me, this was definitely my lowest pick of the week, just because there's no dialogue. I mean, literally, you took everything and called it I Am Groot. So I don't think it's... personally, $3.99, not worth it. I mean, and we do get 15% off our comics, so I mean... that is a plus, but for $3 and change, I think I'm gonna just move. I'm gonna save the $3 and change for a different book. I love Rocket Raccoon. I love Scotty Young's artwork, but for now, I think me and Rocket Raccoon are gonna go our separate ways. Will I come back to the book at some point? If it's a light week, which I must say I've had light weeks now, we'll see. Maybe I will get it, but if it's not, and there are a lot of books, it's definitely gonna be the book that I don't get. So, give us 2 seconds, guys. We are at the 28-minute mark, and we will be back with the rest of this week's Marvel Comics. Alright, we're back. And Mike, your book is next.
Yes, with Axis issue number 4. Continuing on with the whole Red Skull and what's going on, and this book gets very twisted, and I'm going to explain why in this book. So it starts off where, in the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, they're talking about what they're going to do with the Red Skull and what's going on, and Nick Fury is trying to set things right about it, and the new Captain America that used to be Falcon, he's really, like, out of... I don't even know what to say about his character. His character sucks, in my opinion, because he wants things to be done his way, and that's not the only thing. It gets even worse as the issue continues. So we get a little bit of Carnage. I love the artwork, I will say that. And, you know, Carnage doing his thing, you know, trying to be a superhero and whatnot. Even Spider-Man was shocked to say nobody got killed. That's very weird and really disturbing to him. So I thought that was pretty funny. So there's a whole thing of what Iron Man does with a long speech of partying, and yeah, this is just a preview cover.
No, that's that's an advertisement.
Yeah,
you can advertise on a book.
Yeah, so if you want to see about Iron Man, definitely read the book. So we go to Jean Grey's School of Higher Learning, where the X-Men are just saying, it's time we stick together and everything. It's survival of the fittest, and because of what happened with Charles Xavier. Now...
Whoa, so you mean Evan became Apocalypse finally?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I didn't want to, but okay. So then when we get back to the Avengers place, they want to know what they are going to do with the Red Skull. And Falcon, or the new Captain America I'm going to call him, comes up with a plan. We kill him. What?
I don't
we
like
kill him.
I don't like. I don't like Falcon as Captain America.
And that's not the only thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I'm just saying. I voiced my opinion many times. I don't like Falcon as Captain America. I'm not keen on the new direction Thor is going, and Iron Man. I really am not too keen on the direction Iron Man's going. They took the three figureheads of Marvel, minus Spider-Man, and they're screwing them up, in my opinion. And that's why I think this hard reboot, where everything ends, needs to happen now.
And not only that, they agree with him. What's his name now?
Luke Cage?
Yeah, Luke Cage. He's like saying killing is the best way to guarantee they can't use him against us. What? And then they're all agreeing and everything, and they're trying to do what they want. Hulk snaps out of it after they messed around with Jarvis and stuff like that, and they have this big fight, and this... the Hulk, when you get really pissed off, that's what happens.
What?
That's the Hulk. You know, like, after they punched him and everything, he's like, you wouldn't like when Hulk is sad, and then he goes into... Well, I don't even know how you say his name. Yeah, that is the Hulk. I'm pretty sure. And then Hulk's like saying, Hulk, da-da, and this and that. Are you shocked as I am? Because I sure as hell was. So he's the Hulk's Hulk, obviously, from what they say. And everything is just like, well, fighting this and that, and now the Red Skull has escaped. Go figure. After they were fighting each other around.
Wait, what? You mean if the Hulk gets madder, he turns into the Hulk? The Hulk?
Can I just...
What?
I just want to voice something. What the hell was I reading?
What the hell's up with the Hulk?
Yeah, the whole thing of we gotta kill the people, and now the Hulk turning into... What is this?
Tony starts partying?
And yeah, Tony starts partying like saying, oh, I'm gonna get drunk because I am Iron Man. What? No, average.
I'm telling you...
If it goes like this direction, if it goes in this direction, I am dropping it. Because I am not going to read a book that has old killing, that changes characters into something that are completely different, and go partying all day and night and like AC/DC does.
No way. I'm glad. I told you.
Oh, I kissed guys, I'm sorry.
I told you. That's why I wasn't going to read Axis, because I got a really good story with Original Sin. I told you Marvel was going to screw up with their next...
if they're going to do killing, I'm not reading that title. That's it. No. Next issue's their last chance. And if it's the next strike, that's it. Not going to even give it 3 strikes, you're out.
It's a weekly series, too. And it's how much? Oh, so yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Legendary Star-Lord issue 5. I like this. So now Star-Lord is focusing on Mr. Knife, and he wants to learn about Mr. Knife, what his plan is, what he's doing, etc. And he meets up with this guy. He actually misses a day. I love how they're throwing Kitty Pryde in here, and I'm going to mention that in a minute. So he meets up with this guy. I forgot his name, to get intel on the what do you call it? The Slaughter Squad, or Mr. Knife's Slaughter Squad, which are these people here. And they basically work for Mr. Knife, and they do all of his bidding. So, this guard of the place ends up, he tells him the story that they broke in. He tells him what the target is, but then he gets interrupted. Halfway through the story, first he gets interrupted with Peter going, another drink, and then he gets interrupted again, and they... I love how they just take Kitty Pryde and just throw her in the middle. It's like, Peter, we had a date 2 nights ago and you stood me up. Oh, I'm sorry, I promise. Give me 2 days. In 2 days, you got your next date. Oh, Peter, I hope this is not another I hope this is not another Peter Quill promise.
What is this, a soap opera?
They put her in 1 page. They are literally just plucking Kitty Pryde and throwing her in for 1 page, and then she's gone. Either keep Kitty Pryde and put her in somewhere, in the story, or take her out. I love how when they advertised...
Was it even necessary?
I love how when the Legendary Star-Lord was advertised, it was Kitty Pryde was going to be a supporting character. This is not a supporting character. This is a cameo.
Okay, you're being a little bit too loud now.
I'm sorry, but it's a cameo, is it not?
It is a cameo, but you know, I don't know. They
So it goes back and the story continues, and we find out that they were there to steal the Black Vortex.
What the hell's the Black Vortex?
And then they go up to the next target, and the next target, spoiler alert, was Peter Quayle, and it turns out that oh god, what's the Chitauri guy's name? The Caesar Dune, who's a Badoon who could transform, ends up he was the shapeshifter. That was that doesn't sound right. Did I pick the right one, or did I give the wrong one?
Yeah, the one that transforms is shape-shifting. Yeah, you're right. So
I swear I'm wrong though. Let me make sure.
Shape-shifting, transforming.
Nope, wrong. I'm the wrong one.
What are you talking about? I'm confused now.
It's this guy. Raxor the Skrull.
Oh.
Turns out it's Raxor, but
it looked the same.
Pete was smart. He brought his friend Drax. And they have more questions to be continued. Now, this story, this and Rocket Raccoon came out at the same time, and they come out every month at the same time. This story, I feel like there's a lot of... Now, look over my little gripe with Kitty Pryde. Looking over that, I mean, that was just a little rant. Looking over that, and without even counting that, this book is really good. I like the direction it's going. The story's solid, and I'm looking forward to when Pete comes face to face with Mr. Knight, and we got glimpses of Mr. Knight from previous story arcs where Pete found out about his half sister and whatnot. So now it's focusing on Mr. Knight because the Thanos thing is done and over with. So I'm really looking forward to the next issue of the Legendary Star-Lord.
Okay, all new X Factor Access, issue number 16.
Oh look, it's Access again.
Yes, much better than the one I just read, or the one I just reviewed actually. So. In this comic book, it's the Sentinels trying to attack Silver Industries, but they have a force field, to get the football thing. Now it's a bomb. One of the Sentinels kidnaps Harrison's wife, and the whole thing. And it's up to all of them just to get rid of the Sentinels, and here's artwork, which is drawn very nicely still, I have to admit that. And there's a whole thing of where Lorna finds out that Quicksilver has watched her because of what Alex said and everything, and she said, she joined the Avengers, but he says he quit that because of all of what's happened. So Gambit is concerned to save Harrison's wife, and Harrison's not concerned at all. But he does say thank you, though, which was really very weird about that. I want to show a page that was... Yeah, Georgia actually has the uniform finally, so she's now an X Factor, and it's just them just trying to get rid of the Sentinels. There's Warlock got hurt, and let's just say
Danger.
What was her name? Yeah, Danger. Thank you. Gets very she just knocks out the Sentinels, and saying that that was a big mistake. And in the end, we have two people returning. Don't you dare say who.
No, it'd be a long shot if I said who it was. Or a sunburst. Oh, darn.
Are you done swatting now?
Yep. Because I got it. I got it.
Best book of the week.
Well,
don't do my comic book!
Well, I got it off the table.
Oh, thank God for covers, everyone. Great book. Recommendation. There's only 4 more issues left until it's done. I am saying I'm going to drink my Coca-Cola now and then whack you over the head with this. If it wasn't glass and plastic, I would right now.
Before we get into my book of the week, I want to throw out a book that's connected to my book of the week. Spider-Verse Team-Ups issue number 1. There's 2 stories in this book.
What?
It's alive! I just saw it fly.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, it's 2 stories in this book. The first one is the Spider-Man team grabbing Ben Reilly. How Ben Reilly ended up joining the Spider-Men group. I don't even know what they call them. The group of Spider-Men. And it opens up with Ben fighting all the different types of vultures in his world.
Which is kind of crazy.
And it's apparently a world where Ben Reilly becomes and stays Spider-Man, like permanently. And Spider-Ham, and I forgot the other Spider-Man that comes in to save him. Well, they don't really save him, but they're there to enlist him into the army of Spider-Men. And in the end, he chooses to go with them. And it kind of leads into to be continued in Spider-Verse, which is what we'll get into in a minute. The second story takes place on Earth 204. This was the first Earth was with Ben Reilly, Earth 94. So in this world, Peter Parker is slowly turning into a spider. He does turn into a spider, and then Six-Armed Spider-Man ends up curing him with Spider-Man Noir, and basically they erase him from the web of life and destiny because Peter Parker no longer has any of the spider powers in him. He no longer has what's
so basically it's a what if.
No, it's a definite. It's happened.
Oh,
he has no spider essence in him because now he's just a normal person. So in Earth...
Wait, was this... Wait, because I remember he turned a spider after...
Yeah, but they cured him. Like, completely cured him.
But wait. You're not listening to me.
Yeah.
Like, he had the arms that came out first, and then he turned into the spider.
Yeah, no, this time around he didn't even have 6 arms. He just turned into a spider.
Oh, he just turned into a spider completely. Because I remember in anime...
Yeah, the Six-Armed Spider-Man, the Six-Armed Spider-Man said, I tried to cure myself and I ended up with the 6 arms. So I figured out the serum this time. So I don't know why he didn't use it on himself. But anyway, they cured Pete from 2014, from Earth 2014. And basically that Peter of that Earth now no longer is connected to the web of life. He is no longer a spider essence. So he's safe from the family.
But this was a good story. I did read this too, like I said before.
I love the Ben Reilly story. The second story was okay, but it's definitely a solid team-up book.
Well, I thought the second story was really good.
Now, I missed out on the first cover, which was in Superior Spider-Man, whichever one came back, and it was $5. But I wasn't going to miss out on this one, at least. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 9. It's an interlocking Scotty Young cover, which maybe I'll trick Mike into buying the other half to one day. But anyway, what?
Why are you making these plans?
Peter Parker goes. First, we open up in a different world. We don't know that though until we get told that. It turns out we're on world, or the Spider-Man. Or Spider-Moon Man of Earth 449. It's basically a story where Morlun shows up on the moon because apparently people are living on the moon, and so is Spider-Man. And
how do they breathe?
There's a shield probably over it, huh?
Well, you gotta be logic here.
At first, you think it's like the old Spider-Man where he's working for the Daily Bugle, but they're on the moon. And in the end, Morlun ends up feasting on his soul. Who didn't see that? So then it opens up Spider-Verse, and it's with the family, and the Master Weaver is opening up a portal for the sister. We'll find out where she goes in a bit. And then Morlun's brother, I forgot his name. Exactly. Deimos. He's very interested in why Morlun is avoiding 616. So he goes to 616, and you have a Silk and Pete moment. I like the artwork in this book. I definitely have to say that. I do like the artwork. The artwork is pretty nice, especially when it comes to Spider-Man. And you got Spider-Man and all the Spider-Man. There's a bank robber. Basically, Silk wants Spider-Man to move out of New York, and she'll stay in New York. And she'll be the new Spider-Person in New York, and Pete can go off and do whatever he wants in New Horizons, whatever, because they can't be in the same space without having the animal instinct to mate. But as there's a bank robbery going on, it turns out Jessica Drew Spider-Woman shows up, Anaya Spider-Girl shows up, Miguel O'Hara shows up, and Spider-Man's like, what is this, a spider convention? And then Spider-Ham and Spider-Man UK show up, and they're like, listen, you guys need to leave with us now. This guy Morlun, whom you fought before, and I love how Pete's like, Morlun? Other world? War? They're like, yeah, and you need to come with us. So
oh boy.
They end up leaving through a portal. We'll find out where in a minute. You got Scarlet Spider, who's actually fighting against Deimos, and he gets saved. spoiler alert, by Ben Reilly and the people at Spider-Ham and the other Spider-Man that just got Ben Reilly in Spider-Verse team-ups. And also Gwen Stacy. And then they all converge on Earth 13. Why Earth 13? That is the Earth where Peter Parker kept the, what's it called? The... He said it too, and the Enigma Force. Basically, he's I forgot what it's called. The Cosmic Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
So they won't dare go to that Earth because Cosmic Spider-Man would destroy them all in one fell swoop.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he has to stay on that Earth. If he travels through other dimensions, the Enigma Force stays behind, so he'll just become a normal Spider-Man again. And then I love how it ends with Earth 6110, so the Ultimate Universe, 610. So the Ultimate Universe finally has a number, or maybe it was mentioned before, but I didn't know it. So the Ultimate Universe is 610, and that's where the sister was heading for Miles Morales and Jessica Drew of the Ultimate Universe. So everybody's setting up for war. Miles is being attacked by the sister, and then there's an epilogue on Earth 001 where it has the family that's feasting on all the spiders, and you get this nice web with all the different spider universes and whatnot.
That means there's going to be other things happening, and we haven't seen that in a while with that whole thing.
And I don't know, it just gets you to know the family more, and that's it, really. You know, recapping what's going on, and Earth 616, and they know that the spiders are teaming up now. So now they've got to be more cautious, or they need to destroy the web once and for all, because now the spiders are teaming up or grouping together. This was an excellent first read. This was a $5 book, but well worth the money. I believe the book goes back to $3.99 after this.
I believe so.
I'm not sure, but this was a really good issue, deserving of my book of the week. I love that they opened up where you think you're on Earth 616 and you're not. Then you are on 616. Pete's like, what the hell's going on? Why am I all of a sudden being thrusted into this Spider-Verse war? When did this all happen? And this all connects to Silk being awoken or being found, and Morlun now feasting on all the spiders. This is some really good stuff. And the epilogue gives you a bigger background on the family itself of Earth 001. So I love it. I'm really enjoying this. Unlike Axis, I can't wait for the next issue, and I can't wait for this to progress. I don't believe there's a checklist.
Is there?
No. Yes!
Oh, yeah, there it is.
We have Amazing Spider-Man 9, Spider-Verse team-ups, and then Spider-Verse comes out, I believe, next week. Amazing Spider-Man 10, a bunch of number ones, the Scarlet Spider... Basically, we're going to be doing this for the next 2-3 months. Goes all the way up to Spider-Man 14, which I believe is the grand finale. 14. Yeah, which I believe will be the grand finale. And Spider-Verse 2 is going to be in a month, so... Amazing Spider-Man 14 will be the grand finale. I can't wait to see how this story is going to go. I enjoyed the artwork. I love the story. 5 out of 5. You guys should definitely be checking this book and this event out. And with that, that's it for this review, guys. As always, feel free to leave your comments below, whether you agree or disagree with any of the comments we made on any of these books, your books that you're reading, any recommendations you have, and we will answer your guys' comments in the comments below. And if you are free on Friday nights around 9 o'clock, 8:30 if we do a pre-show, please come join us on the Epic Rewind. We will be talking about comic books.
Rewind live.
Yes, well, obviously because it's live.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking comic books, toys, video games, news, TV, movies, you name it, we'll have it. We're going to have different segments, you know. Every week will be something different, a new treat maybe, who knows.
And you will not want to miss Frontline Live this Tuesday as well.
Right. So if you'd like to talk with us live about comics or anything, Tuesday's Frontline Live. Friday is our show where myself, Mike, Sydney will be doing a new Minecraft segment, and who knows what else we'll be doing on the first episode, because this coming Friday will be the first episode of the Epic Rewind, ERL, Epic Rewind Live.
Damn that fly.
We'll get that fly.
Probably get it right use this video. Spray. Spray.
Anyway, as always, don't forget to also check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline, Zone 4 Podcast, and Frontline Gaming Zone. Altogether, we are your #1 source for comic related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. And yeah, so until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we'll see you guys in the next review.
There, everybody.